What's going on, everybody? I just wanted to take this time to do a little video to discuss something that got brought up in a session today with a friend of mine. And one of the things that as we were addressing some of their personal journey, symptoms, injuries, communications of the body, it just really dawned on me that on everyone's healing journey, we're constantly looking to be out of pain. We're constantly looking to heal whatever it is that we're going through, obviously. But one of the big things is that I think there's this misconception in people that other people have it all figured out, and there's something necessarily maybe wrong or something not resolved with just the individual. And what I mean by that is because of our society today, a lot of practitioners and helpers and many people trying to do amazing things, it creates this false, in my opinion, it could lead to a false misrepresentation of what's going on. And what I mean by that is there are a lot of people like myself who come out trying to help and we want to help, but what ends up happening is we say, "Oh, I took this and now I have these. Everyone's doing better because of this," and people take that and go, "Oh, this is all I need and I'll be better." But I know a lot of practitioners, myself included, a lot of not even practitioners, just people trying to do right. We all have our own healing journeys as well, is what I'm ultimately trying to get at. And if you're somebody who's following along on these social media platforms, the clinic, wherever you may be, just know we all have our own things and nobody has it all figured out. And I'm not saying this to be in a negative way. It's saying, okay, because nobody has the solution, no one has the magic pill. Nobody has, all their symptoms, communications of the body just completely healed. There's new things that come about. There's old things that might come through. There's constantly going to be something that your body has to endure. There's going to be something that it has to overcome. It has to experience that can come off as a healing or a pain of some kind. And it's not a matter of saying, "Oh no, this is bad. What do I do?" I'm under the impression that it's giving us the opportunity to really know how to listen. And when I say listen, listening to our own body. Because as many of you may or may not know, the reason why your arm won't go a certain range, even if you want it to, is because your body is saying, we aren't going there. Or if you're really exhausted, you're pushing your body's limit, it's going to go, we're going to shut you down. We can't keep doing this. As much as there is that mind over matter, and there is trying to push the limits, no question about it, there is going to always be a point where your body knows more than what you might want to do. And it's, again, it can be, we can change that. We can progress. There's no question. But what it is a matter of going, there is a communication. And if we keep ignoring that communication or saying, I just want to get through this time in my life, I want to be like that person or them using this product or doing it this way and having all my stuff resolved for me, it's just not the reality in the sense of true healing, in my opinion. It's part of it, it plays a role, but it's not the overall solution. And I hope that all of you who are on this journey can find in yourself of going, if I'm going to see true change in my life, I've got to start listening to the communications of my body. If my arm doesn't want to go past this point, where will it go and say, hey, we can do this? Or if I want to move my neck, I can only go this far. Okay, we don't force it. If our body's like, dude, I'm tired, there's a lot of people out there being like, you get up and you go. There's no question that we have to still live our life, but can we approach it a little differently? Can we find ourselves going, I'm exhausted. I'm gonna actually go do something, but I'm gonna work with what my body's willing to do. Because all too often, the people who grind, not listening, ignoring the communications, ignoring those subtleties that the body's trying to give. It gets to a point where it's going, man, I just tore my ACL. Man, I just, slipped a disc in my back. And then we go, well, that's just training, And it's not wrong, but it's a matter of questioning. And the question comes to the surface, is that how you want to have the journey? Is that how you want to experience healing? Is that how do you want to put yourself in situations where that is your journey of learning? You know what I mean? Like there are moments where things just they happen. You're walking down the street, something can fall and hit you. Someone can steer their bike and you're just like, whoa, I wasn't ready. I didn't prepare. I wasn't ready to respond to that. But if you're training or moving or pushing your limit, knowing very well, hey, I'm gonna push it. It's a matter of going, do you want to allow yourself to be in a spot where you're going, hey, I'm going to learn from my training, my journey by creating these extreme situations all the time, be, disconnected to the voice internally of telling me something, hey, something's not right here. I'm going to ignore all that. I'm going to take medication. I'm going to take Advil. I'm going to take Tylenol. I'm going to do whatever I can to silence that communication and allow myself to have a serious pain where my body's going to go, now we're going to get your attention. And then chalk it up to, well, that's just training. That's just pushing it. You can, if that's what you want, then by all means, we can go that way. I'm just wanting to really get across the point that nobody has it all figured out. And it's not being doom and gloom. It's a matter of knowing, hey, we're all trying to be observant and being clear with our body and its communication, listening, talking with ourselves, talking to our body, being like, hey, we're gonna go for another set. You ready? You know what I mean? And being like, yeah, you'll know your body's like, dude, I can't do this. If I give you some breath, can we do this? Hey, I'm getting some pains here. Okay. Can I bring my awareness and my attention to that part of the body? Is this helping? Yeah, it's helping a little bit. Hey, I'm getting a little dizzy. Hey, we're gonna sit down now. And some of you might find this silly, a little bit cuckoo, but at the end of the day, we do need to have that ability to communicate with self. When we understand that the body is communicating with us, our body is communicating with us, it's on us now to hear that communication and respond accordingly. Because sometimes people will say, hey, I listened to this podcast and this person and this thing, and that is what I need. And some people start taking it and they go, ooh, I'm not getting a very good response here. And that's just the reality. Some people it does help, right? Everybody's different. There's going to be no one right solution for everybody. So this video essentially is just trying to allow you all, as we get into the holidays, as we go into this, Gregorian calendar new year, I hope all of you can start to reflect on this knowing within ourselves of going, hey, my body's communicating. I need to listen. I need to act accordingly. I need to know how to give it what it needs. How we know what that is, how we hear that communication is by stopping, breathing, and just waiting and just being with the body for a minute. And the more you do that, the more you get comfortable with that, the more you're going to know what your body is needing, what it wants, what it doesn't want, what it's willing to do, what it's capable of doing, the limitations that you can push on your body and get that permission. And it's not about being like subservient to yourself. It's just going, hey, can we do this? And the beautiful thing about your body is it's always going to, for the most part, allow you to do it. This is why we can push ourselves. The body's gonna go, yeah, I'll do it, but it's gonna come at a cost if we're not being present, we're not paying attention, right? If we bring awareness, being present, doing all that stuff, we can push the limit, and also the body's going, great, you're giving us what we need. We don't need to compensate. We don't need to give you these crazy pain signals. You're being aware of every little bit of our being, this being, as you're doing it. And in return, we give you what you need, and you keep giving us what we need. And if we can get out of our own ways and hear that and really take it to heart, you're going to start to realize that those voices in your head, the ones that are trying to give you guidance or what we call intuition, are profoundly important and profoundly effective in our well-being. It's just a matter of whether we're listening or not. So take this time, really listen to your body, be observant of your body. You're the only one who's going to know every little nuance of your body if you're willing to give it that attention and awareness. So I hope this helps. Have fun. Enjoy the holidays. We'll see you all soon. Bye, everybody.